Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel where we talk about building wealth and growing your business and achieving financial freedom. My name is Yvonne and I'm a business and personal finance coach, and today we are diving deep into one of the most fundamental topics anyone wants to invest wisely, and that's really identifying the different asset classes. You see, investing is like planting seeds for your financial future, and with the right care and strategy, those seeds can grow into a forest of wealth and security. So if you're interested, stick with me. But before we jump in, I really want to share with you an opportunity to join my Financial Freedom Accelerator Academy. It's really a program designed to help entrepreneurs and small business owners just like you go from financial frustration to financial freedom. So if you're ready to break free from debt, save more money, and start building real wealth, make sure to check it out. The link is in the description below. So let's get started. First, let's talk about stocks. You see, stocks is when you buy shares for a company. You're buying a piece of that business. That's essentially what you're doing. It's like, think of a pie or a cake, a full cake. That is the company. And if you get a slice of that, a stock, now you're having a piece of that pie, okay? So if the company grows or gets bigger, right, so does your piece of the pie. So does your investment, right? So if you have a piece of a small cake, you're gonna have a small piece, right? You're gonna have a smaller value of that stock. But if you've got a bigger cake or pie, then you've got a bigger slice. So your stock is going to have more value. So a lot of times that analogy is used when you're talking about stocks. So sometimes they even share their profits with you through dividends. So for example, a friend of mine started investing in stocks about 5 years ago. She bought shares of a popular tech company when it was just gaining traction. And at first, the stock was up and down, and she wondered if she'd made a mistake. But she stayed consistent, kept learning, and added to her position during market dips. Now today, her investment has more than tripled in value, and she's earning regular dividends on top of that. And you can do that too by really researching companies in industries that you understand. And I really want to emphasize that the industries that you're passionate about, why don't you start there? So if you're into technology like myself, I actually studied on management information system and computer science and business administration. But my focus in corporate for 20 years was really technology and even cybersecurity. And so guess what? The type of stocks that I'm looking at is in technology. And because I understand it, I understand the industry and I'm passionate about it. And the reason, and maybe that's not for you, maybe you like retail, maybe you like shopping and you really know your brands. You know the stories of these brands. And that's maybe where you want to start. And what happens is you want to start where you're passionate about, because there's always companies that are growing in any industry. So it's not like you want to pick the right industry. Every industry is making money here. Okay, so it's really pick what you're passionate about and start there, because then you're going to be eagerly researching more on these companies to make the right decisions. And as you get comfortable and as you get more expertise and lessons learned and things like that in investing, then you can broaden that scope and you have more time, right? Time for researching. Now you can broaden that to other industries where you say, hey, you know what? Let me look into healthcare, right? Let me look into these other areas, right? Commodities, and start researching and understanding those, and then you're able to make better decisions. Again, not relying on others, but really standing on your own 2 feet because you are doing the research. Slowly and surely, you're going to build momentum and understanding. So platforms like Robinhood or Fidelity make it easy to start small. You know what? I also want to interject here. Also your values. So you want to invest based on your values. You want to get clear on what your values are. So for instance, personally, I would not invest in companies that use ingredients that are chemicals that affect health. So I have kids that are 3 years old, and my husband sees that I am really doing a lot of research on the ingredients of foods. I'm starting to really look behind the package of ingredients and seeing, okay, does this have high fructose corn syrup, for example? And if it does, it's not getting in the house. Just the other day, I love ice cream, Rocky Road ice cream, my favorite. And again, I'm in this phase of my life now as a mom where I am looking at ingredients. I'm not looking at the marketing and, oh, it's a good brand. No, now I'm looking at the ingredients. So it just dawned on me to look at the ingredients behind my Breyers ice cream, which is my favorite, Rocky Road. And it starts with corn syrup and fructose, so high fructose corn syrup as one of the first ingredients. I think it's like the second. Okay, so I told my husband, I'm sorry, we're not buying this anymore. We're not just not buying it, we're not investing in companies that promote these types of chemicals that affect our health. And so look into companies like, Kellogg's is another one. It has tons of harmful ingredients at the time of this video in our children's cereals. And yet in other countries, they don't use these artificial colorings that affect our children's health, creating these autism, ADHD, and all of these health problems, diabetes. So we want to also, when we invest and when we think about an industry, really think about your values. Okay? Are you going to invest in Coca-Cola if you are focused on health and wellness, if that's your value? Likely not, okay? Or at least until they change these ingredients. And it's going to take us, moms and dads and people that are becoming aware and awake. That's a part of waking up. Then we put our money where our values are, and then that will help promote the change that is so needed now more than ever. And everybody's feeling and experiencing that movement. So put your money where your values are and participate in the movement towards change that's happening right now. It's an exciting time to live. So platforms like Robinhood or Fidelity make it easy to start small. So remember, consistency is key. The second is bonds. So think of bonds as IOUs, right? When you buy a bond, you're lending money to a government or a company, and they promise to pay you back with interest. So bonds are great for stability. I once worked with a small business owner who was really nervous about investing. She decided to start with government bonds because they're low risk. That's fine, because she understood her risk tolerance. Now, over the years, these bonds provided her with a steady income stream, which she later used to expand her business. Luca, mommy's working, okay?
I don't finish my food.
You what?
I don't finish my food.
You finished your food? Good job. Okay, honey. Mommy's gonna be right there, okay? Okay, so you can start by looking into treasury bonds for safety or corporate bonds for a higher return. So you can buy bonds directly through investment platforms or through mutual funds. It's okay, honey. You can leave it open. You can leave the door open. He's trying to close the door. We're remodeling in the house. And I have, my home office has French doors. And so now the French door is just really wobbly. So anyway, where were we? So now let's talk about point 3, mutual funds and index funds. Now let's talk about these two things. They're important. These are perfect if you want diversification without picking individual stocks or bonds. So a client of mine was overwhelmed by the stock market's complexity. She started investing in an index fund that tracks the S&P 500. And now fast forward a few years, she's really seen consistent growth, and it's been completely hands-off. So you can start by checking out funds from Vanguard or Fidelity. And many of these have low fees and are beginner friendly. Now the fourth is ETFs, exchange traded funds. So similar to mutual funds, ETFs offer diversification, but you can trade them like stocks. And they're flexible and cost effective. You know, a friend of mine loves ETFs for their flexibility. He invested in a healthcare ETF and saw significant growth as the sector really boomed. You can start by researching ETFs that align with your interests or values, whether it's technology, renewable energy, or international markets. Now, I'll save that for another video. I want to talk about ethics in investing. So we'll save that for another video because I really do want to dive into that. The fifth is real estate. So finally, there's real estate. Whether it's residential, commercial, or land, real estate is a tangible asset that can provide rental income and appreciation. So I know an entrepreneur who bought her first rental property with a small down payment. She rented it out and used the income to cover the mortgage. And I did that too. And it works very well. Later, sold the property for a significant profit. And that money became the seed for her next venture. So you can start small with options like real estate investment trusts, REITs. If you're not ready to buy a physical property, or explore housing hacking by renting out part of your home. I did that too. When I was single, I had a 3-bedroom home and I wasn't using one of the rooms. One room was my bedroom. I had the master, and then another one was my office because I worked from home part of the time. And so I set that as my home office, and then the third room, it was just kind of empty and it was never there. And I was thinking of creating a gym, but I had created my gym in the garage. So I ended up renting it out, and I lived in an area that rent was pretty high. So I was able to rent that room for a substantial amount a month. And that really, really was nice. I didn't really need the rental income, to be honest with you. I was making 6 figures, but it was kind of nice to have a roommate. And it was nice to have that extra income to spend around. So anyway, there you have it, a roadmap to different asset classes and how you can start investing in them today. Remember, investing isn't just about making money, it's about creating a future where you have the freedom to live life on your terms. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button and subscribe for more content like this. And don't forget to check out the Financial Freedom Accelerator Academy for a step-by-step guide to achieve financial freedom. It's really a program designed to help business owners and entrepreneurs just like you to go from financial frustration to financial freedom. And if you're ready to break free from debt, really save more money and start building real wealth, click the link in the description box below. I want to thank you for watching, and also check out the merch store. I've got these really cute mugs that I designed with a heart. It's really symbolizing how we're really investing and we're building wealth with our values, right? It's a values-based movement. And also, I really love personal development. That's been a kick of mine for the last couple decades. So I created my daily self-care journal. Don't forget to pick this up. The link to the Amazon product description where you can buy that is available down below as well. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.